Hey everyone, Tony here. I just wanted to drop in really quick and share a little something that I've been working on in Salesforce. This is going to be a reservation management system for a small boutique motel. Now it's not completely finished yet. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I got excited while I was working on a particular flow this weekend and learning new things in the process. So just wanted to share in case this could potentially help someone else out there working on their own projects. So the flow in question is to book new reservations at the motel. So, how do you do that? How do you book a reservation? Well, you as a guest or the front desk clerk on your behalf would be entering the desired check-in and check-out dates, right? And then you should be able to see the room availability based on those dates. So that means we're going to need to check existing reservations that may conflict with our desired dates, determine the rooms that are going to be impacted by those reservations, but then we need to flip it around because we don't necessarily want to see all the rooms that are not available. We want to see the rooms that are. And in solutioning for this, I came across a couple of great tools for Salesforce flows. These were actually introduced in the winter 2023 release. I'm talking about the in and not in operators and data tables for screen flows. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you the schema builder really quick, just so you can see the relationships that we're dealing with here. Okay, so what we have here is a many-to-many relationship between reservations and rooms with a room reservation as the junction object. I'm thinking of actually changing this to motel reservation just for a little more clarity between these two, but essentially what we have here is a parent reservation with the check-in and check-out dates and reservation status, a room reservation, which then links that together with the specific room in question, um, or possibly many rooms. And the reason for that is for flexibility to say allow large groups, like a large family, for example, to book multiple rooms under the same parent reservation if they need to. I actually have an example of this in the org as a part of the larger creative theme behind this project. But I'll dive into that in a later, a more all-encompassing video when this is all finished. But for now, let's get to our new reservation flow. So we start with our first screen element here, where we'll enter the desired check-in and check-out dates. We have a little bit of validation built in here. Of course, the check-in can't be earlier than today. The check-out has to be at least the next day after the check-in for a minimum reservation would be a one-night stay. So once we have those, it's time to check for any reservations that may conflict with those dates. So the object would be our reservation or parent reservation or motel reservation. And as far as the filter logic, well, it wouldn't shock me if maybe there's a more efficient way to do this to check for any overlap with these dates, but this is what I came up with for now. All the scenarios in which the check-in and or check-out dates may overlap with the desired ones. And we also check for the reservation status field. Why? Because we may have reservations in the system which were booked but then canceled. So those won't matter for our new guests. So we only want to check for reservations in reserved status, meaning reserved for a upcoming date, or active, as in the guests are in fact at the hotel as we speak. Um, and we're going to tell the flow to store all records and all fields automatically. Now, the next step would be to get all the room reservations related to those motel reservations. And to do that, we're going to use the in operator. So let's pause and talk about in and not in. Now, using the in and not in operators, you can get related records without using a loop. So this can help you to not exceed governor limits for your flow and increase performance. And it's possible to use in and not in operators in the get records, update records, and delete records elements. Now, using these, it's possible to filter data according to a value in or not in a collection. So that means before using these, you should have a collection that stores the values. Now we will have one with our motel reservations, thanks to our first get records element. However, there's one big limitation with in and not in. Now, currently, they do not support collections of the record data type. Bummer. They can access collections of type text, number, date, date time, currency, and Boolean, just not records. The good news, though, is we can easily work around this by creating our own text data type collection variable, and then through the loop and assignment elements, add all the record IDs into our new variable. Now we can tell the flow to get all room reservations in which the reservation lookup field matches a record found in our collection. Then we're going to repeat the process because we still need to drill down to get to our actual room records. So we loop our new room reservations collection and add the room lookup field value to another custom-made text type collection variable. Now, remember I said earlier we'll have to flip this logic around because we don't want to see all the rooms that are taken up. We want to see the rooms that are available. Now, this is where the not in operator comes to the rescue. So, when we get our room records, we're going to set a filter to check for any room IDs that are not found in the room reservations collection. And we're also going to sort in ascending order by name just to make it look nice on our data table. All right, finally at the second screen, we've got some nice text here to confirm the dates we've entered. And here we have our other new flow feature, the data table component. I've given it an API name of availability table. I'm using the source collection rooms from our get available rooms element. I've added columns, which reflect all of the room detail fields, so we can see all the features and prices. And I've set a row selection mode to allow one or multiple rooms to be selected. Now, skipping over to our next screen, we get to confirm our room or rooms in a new data table. Now, this time, the row selection mode is set to view only because we don't need to select rooms again. And this time, the source is based on our selections from that previous table. Pretty cool. I've also cooked up some formulas and variables to calculate the number of nights booked and the total reservation cost. And we do that by looping through our room selections and then adding the total cost of each room, which would be the nightly room price multiplied by the number of nights, in this formula variable here, and adding that value to a total reservation cost variable. All right, enough explanation. Let's see it in action. All right, we start with entering our desired dates. I'm just going to keep it simple. Checking in today, checking out tomorrow. We've got our available rooms here. I mentioned earlier we have a scenario with a family booking 2 rooms. Those are rooms 1 and 2, extended stay, so they're going to be locked up for the foreseeable future. And I also put some other scattered reservations in room 8 and 9. So this looks to be reflecting availability correctly. Rooms 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 are available to choose from. But just to show you that this is working correctly, let's change up the dates. Push it out to May. May 1st, May 2nd. I've got nothing going on then. except for the family scenario. So yep, rooms 1 and 2 not available. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 free to choose from. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'm going to select room number 8. I'm going to stay in that studio style with one twin bed. Yeah, I'm not bougie, and well, it's got a nice lakeside window facing side. That's nice. But $49.99. I'm on a budget here, so select the room. And we're on our confirmation screen. Looks good. One night stay at a total cost of $49.99. Sure, we could get creative later with subtotals and taxes or fees if we want to, but let's go back, change the rooms. Let's say I rolled into town with a friend, but they like their privacy, so we're going to take rooms 7 and 8 together on this reservation. So $49.99 a piece, one night stay at $99.98. Let's get more creative. Change the dates. Let's say we're going to stay an extra day or two, or yeah, we'll stay one extra night. May 1st to May 3rd. All right. 7 and 8 again. So that would be, if correctly, $49.99 times 4. All right, there's our 2 rooms, a 2-night stay. Total reservation cost $199.96. Ladies and gentlemen, our reservation system is up and running. Now, there's more to do beyond this, of course, such as adding guest information, creating new reservation records, and linking to a new opportunity, but I just couldn't wait to share my progress so far. So I hope this was informative and that some of these practices might help you on a future project. Have a great day, guys.